What's up, YouTube? Just kidding. I boycott YouTube a long time ago. Just saying hello to everyone I'll be sharing this with. I haven't been getting any response from people who I know personally. I get the eyes glazed over. And I've been making presentations about the World Economic Forum for reasons I've mentioned in previous talks. Um, I happened to get a membership, and with the membership, you get a lot of, I'd call it insider information, but it's insider information, several tiers up from what we're going to see on anything that's not the deep web, or if you're not a Rothschild or something like that. But I also promised I wouldn't talk about esoteric things like that and just look at things objectively. And the World Economic Forum, they email me every week with a new topic, even though they have their coronavirus graph here. Certain topics, if they don't make me too irate to talk, I can create a presentation for you in case you don't want to get a membership and see their plan, because it is enough to make you old. And typically, like, someone who would get a membership for something like this is likely low tier, trying to chase the money, which seem to be blockchain, or they're already wealthy but not calling the shots and just want to, I can't speak for everyone. I sound a little judgmental right now, but let's be honest about people and their agendas. That's why we're in this mess. This specific organization, which has been around for decades, is responsible for, the CEO is responsible for the term the Great Reset, which you're going to start hearing a lot more about in the coming months or weeks, because the timeline now is weeks instead of months. If you've been alive in 2020, you know that. I think the World Economic Forum and certain groups of people, a lot of them are secretive. I'm sorry, but there is an air quotes for a they, because there is a they. But I won't talk about them. But I'm reminded of the Cheney administration, where we all know. I'm not going to talk about 9/11, but he managed to, in a very short amount of time, manufacture consent to go into many countries, well, provinces of two countries, and commit genocide. And I thought that happened fast, and I was quite young at the time. I was in university, and he pulled that off. And I was impressed in a very angry way, because I hate that man. And I know hate's a strong word. And again, I promise to try to remain objective with you. But I bet you he's a little embarrassed that he wasn't on his A game because the globalists did in 6 months in 2020. It took that guy 4 years. Um, I'm kind of going off here. The reason why I chose to get in touch with you today is because my weekly economic forum topic was 3D printing. And I happen to be a 3D asset development, again in air quotes, artist. I used to work in the visual effects industry, making violent movies for Zionists in Hollywood. I stopped doing that, and I'm in education now. But I still do 3D modeling, and I know a lot about 3D printing. And when I saw this, I thought that I might know enough in their with their publications summaries and key issues, which again is the second tier of their coronavirus graph here. And 3D printing will be used for, well, primarily the first thing that comes to my mind is removing jobs, and they're going to be able to do that pretty easily because workforce and employment, for example, they if I click on this, if we look around here, I'm guessing aside from changing values, there's going to be something. I didn't do too much planning on this, but like we will be able to find what I would call state dependence. In Canada, we call it CURB, which is basically universal mandatory income. And so 3D printing is going to be used to, like for cities and urbanization, they'll be extruding houses and having Agenda 21 style, very small living quarters for us cattle while they deplete the population with their poison on various levels. But 3D printing specifically, aside from the workforce aspect, so in construction, for example, we see it'll be in real estate, which is some of the home extrusion technologies that I was talking about. Jacques Fresco, the guy who passed away in 2016, I admired him quite a lot, but he was a scientific materialist, which is somewhat my pet peeve. But he thought that with 3D printing, we could just print everyone at home, you know. But his vision was one that didn't include the monetary system, which sadly, via blockchain, the global governance that's being ushered in right now, will not lack a monetary system. That's why I mentioned central banks earlier, because they're right up there with trade organizations and the World Economic Forum. And I would say governments, but governments are just there for people that are stuck in the left-right paradigm, and which is a red herring and a way to distract people, which I'm quite certain, Design for additive manufacturing, again, the related topics are all down here, which are reflected here. I just like the graphics. I'm a visual person. But if you do have a membership, you could just refresh what topic you're on. And then you get the publications. Because design for additive manufacturing, that's just a fancy way of saying that they're going to, streamline things as much as possible, which you're seeing with Amazon. And, they're even using the terms that I thought were Orwellian and cynical. But this is the way these people think. The Internet of Things. They want the walls of your house, your fridge, your clothes to all be online. And sadly, when I walk down the street and see all the people in the masks, there aren't enough of us to actually lead a proper resistance. So I'm not optimistic about anything here. I just think that this is so huge, and I don't know why people ignore it when I try to show it to them. And I'm kind of cherry picking the topics today because I know a lot about 3D and 3D printing and 3D modeling. But if you don't know about a certain topic and you're interested in, like, they have space on here. Like, it's ridiculous, but that's what they're thinking. I think space is a psychological operation, but again, I don't want to stray away from the objective truths because I really want to get through to as many people as possible without controversy, or negative controversy, or being called a conspiracy theorist. And so, if there is a topic like space, that one bugs me too much to really focus on. But let me pick one that's I'm not clear on. Aerospace. I don't know much about aerospace, and this will probably be more agenda based under publications than actual science because they will probably have a lot of people specializing in aeronautics or what have you to do this. But if you refresh your page under publications, you can see that aside from their graph here, that if you think about it, is actually in 3D, like that silly coronavirus sphere that we actually don't know what it really looks like. They've just been plugging that look into our subconscious for 8 months now. Sorry to trail off, but you can get all of what they deem necessary information or publications for these aspects of their of their plan for the world. COVID-19 air traffic visualization. View full article. It's all right here. Like, you can go on and on. You could sit here for days. Like, they've been planning this for so long, and they've got everything planned. And they got their little virus, their divisive Black Lives Matter movement to confuse us even more before their second wave, which, on a side note, I think is going to be a bioweapon that will actually kill people because COVID-19's death rate is less than the influenza virus, and there's many examples of that I could provide you if you want to leave comments on BitchUte of what you'd like to talk about next. I don't have much of a following, but I do try to get it out there on Parler. But ultimately, it doesn't really matter that much. SpaceX right here, which is propaganda. This SpaceX, like, yeah, right. You're gonna go to space, my ass. But they got to keep people believing in Mars. So I'm just backpedaling to 3D printing again. I won't keep you for too much longer. Internet of Things is interesting. Bioprinting is interesting because this 3D printing is gonna show up in areas that I hadn't even planned. But this graph and this plan is so extensive that it's mind blowing. And I spent 20 years trying to, not like some martyr, like I don't think I'm, but I did spend a lot of time studying these people and their plan and Agenda 21. And when I found this, it's just like people used to call me crazy, still they don't care, but it's all right here. And like their plan's so intricate that flexible manufacturing, 3D printing, and the environment, retail, consumer goods, and lifestyle. Like, and they've actually, this is just probably a little bit of what they have to show us. Internet of Things is a big one and scary. And 5G will, I bet you $5 to donuts. 5G is connected. Yeah, it's right there. Human enhancements, one I wanted to go over, and then I will end this presentation because I kind of feel like I'm winging it, but I felt it necessary because I do, again, I specialize in 3D. So under human enhancement, of course, it's almost a religion to them, our rulers, the transhumanist agendas. Like, for example, enhanced genes. They actually have enhanced genes as a as a related topic. Pardon me. I usually go by the graph because I already mentioned I'm more visual, but enhanced bodies, like they're going to be. There's already like comic book guy nerds out there putting USB sticks surgically in their own finger, just in their bathroom. Like we used to have beers and smoke in the bathroom. Now these psychopathic transhumanists are putting. They're trying to make themselves into cyborgs without even proper surgery. Like it's gonna get nuts. Aging's in here. I'm afraid to click any of these because transhumanism is a topic all on its own that maybe we could talk about sometime. Artificial intelligence is here. Fourth industrial revolution is and values and those are two that are often in almost every parent topic because they have to change people's values in order to get manufacturer consent to, and sort of keep borrowing from that Chomsky phrase. Chomsky still kind of annoys me, but he was right about a lot of things and he did a lot of good in the 60s. But I'm trailing off again. Fourth industrial revolution, same thing. That's a term pretty much created by the World Economic Forum. Like, I credit them for it. Enhanced genes is just people likely designing their babies before they're impregnated because it's going to possibly quite likely be illegal to make babies naturally unless you've had certain vaccine certificates, black light tattooed on your hand or in your implant. I don't think they're going to do implants in the hand. I think they're going to get way more advanced than that. But like I said before, I'm not here to tell you what I think. But human enhancement, that's really scary. Mental health, all of this is terrifying because they've got every angle covered. And again, if you lose the publications list, you just need to hit refresh and it shows up. That's the only way I do it. I don't have time to read all these because this is like the Alexandria Library, except the one they're not burning. The one they are burning is people's free speech on the internet and our history with statues, but that's a separate note. And I don't want to cover too many topics because it could quote unquote trigger someone. But I haven't spoke to you this biased yet so far, so I'm just trying to remain objective. That's why um, I just keep up the proof rate here of the people who own us now. So 3D printing, that's this week's email I got from the World Economic Forum.